All right, guys. So here we've got an important lesson in social dynamics and personality. But before I chime in, I'll play this short 1 minute and 41-second video.
What's your name?
Lilith.
Does height matter?
No.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes.
So if a guy's shorter than you, you'll date him?
She's 5'4". I'm 5'.
There's some guys that are short, like 4'9", 4'8".
That's a midget.
What about a guy your height, 5 foot?
Yeah, I probably would.
You would date a guy that's exactly your height?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
So if I was this height, you date me?
Yeah.
Damn, she's pretty. Someone needs to unplug that fridge. Whale's been active lately. Wait a minute. Why's the fridge so loud? It's broken because it carries too much weight. And the 210 saying it does. A girl being 5 feet is adorable. The fridge seems to be protecting the snacks. Why the cute girl is the humble one. Lilith, such a pretty name, suits her so well. That's a midget, says the fridge. Does height matter? Pretty woman, no. Troll, yes. What's up with Jabba the Hutt? It's always the chopped ones. It's always the chopped ones. It's always the tank that protects the infantry. Funny that Shrek has standards when everyone knows she's cat-bound. The 10 and 10 have no problem with anything. It's always the insecure 2 tell 10 who have high expectations. Lilith, the demon from the Old Testament, sign me up.
Laundry, fighting dirty.
Take that.
All right. So it's hilarious, but it's hilarious because certain things are true. Now, generally, I don't go off. Well, I do talk about obesity because it's a serious problem. Although I don't, well, I have thoughts about fat shaming and all that, but it's complicated. So, yes, there are people who just are assholes that just talk shit, just to talk shit when people are overweight. That's a thing. Although I think a whole lot of the time that's not actually what's happening, and people are turning it into this big thing when they shouldn't be, because there should be a certain level of negative reinforcement toward obesity, because it's probably one of, no, not even probably, it's one of the most serious health issues of damn near anything. Food and what you eat, how you eat, kills more people than smoking and alcohol combined. It's a very fucking big deal. So it really depends on intent when it comes to people like criticizing weight. Is it coming from a place of giving a shit about the person and wanting them to live a healthy life? Or is it just someone looking for an excuse to be a dick? That matters. Now, in this particular case, this is at least my opinion, it's no holds barred. Like, be as much of a fucking asshole as you want, because this girl is a piece of shit. She's also a refrigerator. Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. Like, if you're a garbage human being, personality-wise, then you don't have any right to complain when people basically use your own way of thinking against you. They're just better at it because they have more ammunition, because you're a fucking whale. And there is a lot of correlation here with, so there are people, of course, that have personal standards. Personally, I don't take these standards that seriously unless they're personality based and like actually important shit, like your certain commonalities. Like generally, it doesn't work out too well if you have a theist and an atheist. There may be occasions where it's not that big of a deal, but usually it does cause serious friction. Things like that, things that are more like based on the type of person you are, how you think, what you think, rather than like purely external shit. That being said, this is one of the most beautiful fucking women I've ever seen. Yeah. And so, of course, and I don't want to say that she's representative of all beautiful women. That would take some serious fucking case studies that I don't have access to. At least, I don't think they exist. But notice, at least in this case, she is not that shallow. And I think there is some truth to this. Because a lot of times people who are insecure will use, quote, standards as a sort of defense mechanism. So they'll use it to explain away why they're single, why they don't have like this really attractive significant other. So they'll, well, it's pretty obvious, at least in my opinion, like this girl here, she's in all likelihood jealous of this Lilith, and she seems to be like it seems like she's offended that she's not the person being asked the question, and that like it's not all about her. Yeah. And she seems to have this, or at least in my opinion, she has this this standard about height, which is very, it's one of the most arbitrary and useless, not significant measurements in existence when it comes to like physical fucking aesthetics. It like almost doesn't matter at all. But I think that she has this because it's just one in a number of quote standards used to mask the fact that she's not attractive. Then she doesn't have to deal with it. She doesn't have to sit in that and just admit it to herself mainly, and other people, but mainly to herself, that she's just not attractive. Again, yes, maybe it's caused by insecurity, but intent matters, and I go over it a lot, but that doesn't mean that actions don't matter at all. So even though she may be coming at it from a place of insecurity, her being a douche and like pushing this it's all about height type deal makes her, at least in my view, enough of a piece of shit that I have absolutely no sympathy for her. Like, I don't care. You fucking call her a whale, call her a refrigerator, whatever. Say that she's protecting the snacks. It's fucking hilarious because she deserves it. Yeah, I think that's mainly all I wanted to say on there. Thank you for your time.